Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. And since I didn't show it off in the last episode, there is our completed lighthouse. Actually, it looks good.
I think it does.
And
I think
Guude can see it. And Guude can see it now too.
Yeah. Apparently, 20 chunks is too many to run.
Yeah, I do wish we could make it 3 high or 4 high even, but I think that'll work.
I think it looks good. It looks better than anything we would have accomplished with the minecart idea.
Agreed. Completely agreed. Though that would have been interesting. Interesting's not always good.
That's how it was always done in the past. I don't think this
With
observer
minecarts?
thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, observers definitely
Observer
didn't
thing's
work.
pretty new.
I bet you people use more like redstone clocks.
Maybe. Who knows what people did?
Seth Bling knows.
Nah, he wouldn't know.
That's true. He doesn't know. Let's see.
All right. So do you want to build a house? Where do we want to build it at?
So it's got to be on the other island.
Now. Right.
Do we want to build it on top or like way up top, kind of like the lighthouse, so it can see the lighthouse, or is it going to be?
I don't know. It's kind of. I'm going to look around.
Let's scope it out.
I kind of don't want to have to climb all the way to the top of the mountain every time we go home, though.
Oh, we would make a scaffolding elevator.
Oh boy.
Which we never found our scaffolding, did we?
It's in the chest. I saw it a minute.
Oh, you did see it in there?
Yeah.
Because we could do a
nice
nice mountain or a nice house somewhere in this like lower area here.
I kind of like right through here, this little valley, personally.
Well, you went past the skeleton farm, right?
Yeah, I did, and I came through over here. Where are you at? Oh, you're down in there.
I guess I didn't up here. I didn't up here.
I don't know if there's a way over from right there.
How did you get here?
I went around this way.
How did you do this? Hold on, I got some
over here.
I got some smooth stone. There. Another path.
I kind of like this area.
This is a nice area. How what style of house are we gonna make here?
It don't matter to me. I kind of would like this over here to be kind of like a boat dock, right here.
Okay.
Maybe. It seems like a good place. Of course, it's not near the lighthouse, but
Actually, you can't see the lighthouse at all from here, can you?
no. Maybe over here would be a better boat dock. Maybe, I don't know. One of these like little areas from like build the house like in the center here, and then a boat dock. Maybe multiple boat docks even. Maybe one on. Oh, whoa! Through here looks kind of cool.
We could have one.
Oh, this area looks pretty cool.
One commercial boat dock and one pleasure boat dock.
Residential.
Oh wow! And this opens up to like the other seas.
Yeah.
I'm game. Now we just need to figure out what we want this house to be styled like.
Yeah. Let's see. Last season we built just a little like hobbit hole, right?
Yeah, we dug into the side of a mountain.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. It's kind of like a big house.
Like a pack rat mansion?
Not that big of a house.
Okay.
Somewhere between Pack Rat Mansion and Tiny Dardorf
Hut.
Yeah.
Should we build, just because it would be so out of place here, like an Egyptian pyramid?
I mean, I'm game for whatever. I don't have anything in my mind. I don't have a vision.
We should really go get like a sand and sandstone and build this giant Egyptian pyramid.
I'm okay with this idea. I don't know where the closest desert is to here. There's got to be one.
Do we still have
that?
Do we still have that map up in the Discord?
Yeah, minecraftmap.com.
Oh, that's it. That's easier to do that then, huh?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I remember where the hell we are on this map. Okay, so... Oh, there is, but it's pretty far away.
I bet there's a nether portal that takes you to it.
Well, that's probably true. Because it's way down. It's not by any. Nobody's got their home there.
Okay.
I'm trying to look. Oh wait, I see. No, there is a home there. It's not marked on the map, but somebody built a nice structure out there. I can't see on the map if there's another portal to it though.
What direction is it from us?
Southeast.
Okay, well, let's go to the nether and see.
So it is. I'm trying to look for the coordinate things. The structure's at like x of 0, z of 725. God, it's so tiny in the corner. It's hard to read.
This skeleton just came out of nowhere and brought me down to 2.5 hearts.
I was like looking at a completely different thing.
You got any torches?
I do. Where's he coming from?
He was standing right here.
Oh, that's an arrow. I have arrows in my hand. I'm trying to place
Put one. Put one right here too, in this corner.
There we go. So I've been having this problem at work for the last couple months, where my computer
power's out.
When the power's just been out for months. Now, when I would do anything, my mouse would randomly just be right clicking.
That's annoying.
It would get really annoying because sometimes it would happen like just constantly, like over and over and over and over again. And then it would stop, and then it would just happen every so often when I was like doing something in a document. But it gets really annoying when like things are just, I need to go get some layer.
Oh, we should bring our shulker box.
Okay,
cheap in here.
Do we have anything good in our shulker box that we're bringing?
It's full of glowstone.
Okay.
So we need to pull that out real quick.
Oh, you just mean to have more storage to come back with. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I have been asking people like what it could possibly be, and I was sure after a while, I was 100% positive that it's gotta be the fact like my keyboard or my mouse, because it's a laptop, but it goes onto a docking station, so I can it's portable, so I can take it home. But when I'm at work, and it only happens when it's on the docking station, so I was like determined that it's gotta be this. Like one of my peripherals that's plugged into it. It's got to have some weird connection in it that I keep bumping. And it seemed to be when I would move something that would bump the USB connection, that it would feel like that's when it would happen more frequently. So I've been going on this assumption for a while, trying to figure out what pieces I need to replace to get to the bottom of this thing. And I unplug my keyboard and try to do things, but there's only so much you can do without a keyboard. So I would, nothing would happen. I'd plug it back in and it'd start happening again. But then I plug in my mouse and same thing. Nothing would happen, but I'm not really able to do much with my mouse. It's you're not using a mouse. And it wouldn't happen for a while, and then when I plug it back in, it would happen again. So I'm like, okay, let me get a new mouse, get a new keyboard. Go through all these steps. Seems to work fine for a couple days, and then all of a sudden it's back to just being, like, not working.
That's weird.
I finally, yesterday, after, I'm seriously talking months, figured out what was happening. And it was the most random thing in the world, to where they gave us at one point some webcam covers, like my hospital branded webcam covers. It was like a gift from the IT department. I don't know if you've ever seen those before. It's just a little slide that you can cover your webcam or not. It's just like goes on with double-sided tape, and it's got tape on it and goes on. Really low profile.
Right.
I neglected to look at it close enough to realize that even though it's low profile, where the camera sits when you shut the lid of the computer, it pushes the webcam cover onto the right mouse button on the computer itself.
Right.
So it turned out it was every time it was when things were touching the USB, because they were actually putting pressure on the lid.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, I lost files before because I would be going through a a folder with my mouse, and it would happen. It would just start right clicking, and it would right click, and it would somehow drag it and like drop it into a different folder, and I like couldn't find files and things would go missing. Happened more than one time, and
that's annoying.
It's so annoying, and I can't believe how stupid it turned out to be, and it was something I didn't even like fathom looking at. Like that couldn't be the problem. It's gotta be something else. There's got to be something plugged into it. It's got to be, this. It's got to be that. It can't be something simple like this stupid little webcam cover.
Are you in the nether yet?
No, I'm coming there now. I got to grab iron, and I emptied the shulker box. We didn't have any place to put the stuff, so I had to make a chest, and Okay, that was really weird. I was looking at this wall, and it showed me a sheep, but then the wall closed up, and the sheep is on the other side of me. That's strange. Where'd you go?
Blue line.
It's like the DC Metro.
Mind the gap.
Is that what they say in London or something? On the tube?
Yeah.
How far down
You've been
did
to
you
London
go?
before, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm waiting here.
I don't know if we ever rode
the.
I never rode the tube.
Okay. Huh. I want to go check out Paul's hole real quick.
Do you think his hole?
So this isn't the sand pit, but it says the sand pit's down this way.
Oh.
He's got a kitty cat.
Wait, weren't we in this hole before?
I don't think I've ever been in this hole.
He does have a kitty cat.
Have you been in this hole?
We went exploring that one day, remember?
Well, we didn't go in the nether exploring. We explored around the island.
This is in the sand.
Well, it's in the ocean. Well, how the fuck? Where did you go?
I went up the stairs.
What stairs?
I'm a genius.
You must be, because I don't see any fucking stairs.
I guess he's not exactly.
Oh, wait. Okay, it goes back this way.
He's just in a beach.
Well, he's made a hole somewhere. Hey, this is his little ship, and then this is the hole.
He's got a beacon.
Yeah, he need a beacon to dig out his damn hole.
And he got shit. Oh, my God. He's got crazy stuff over there.
Look at this hole.
Wait, I got to come back down. He's got a shit ton of cows. I know that. Oh, he built on one of these? Wait, what? Look at this hole. Oh, yeah, that's a hole. Wait, why did why did you dig a hole? This thing goes, if you climb up here,
remember,
this thing goes where the beacon's at. Go look at where the beacon's at. He's got a giant like tunnel system down there.
Well, remember the previous seasons? He does have a lot of damn cows. Holy shit! Remember previous season? He he does have a tunnel. Interesting. Remember previous season he started a hole in the ground, and it always became like a meme about his stupid hole. Oh, that goes to Justin's house.
Whoa! Yeah, that just popped in. That was crazy.
That's his chalice filled with milk.
A milk chalice.
Mm-hmm. Milk chalice.
You got some guy after you. Yeah, there he is.
I killed him. That's pretty cool. I remember doing a tunnel system like this in some season.
It was the
first, it was season 2, actually.
The first, multiplayer season.
He's got cobble.
That's back when we had to use those fun rails. The nostalgia.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting to check this out. I haven't had a chance yet. So this is cool. Nice hole, Paul.
Now I gotta figure out how to get back. Here we go.
No wonder you stopped playing. You dig a hole like that, you tired.
Hey, he done. It's like, I'm finished. Hole's done. Wasn't there some artist back in the day who, like, dug a 6 foot by 6 foot by 6 foot hole and then, like, sifted the dirt and, like, put it back in so it was, like, lighter and it turned into, like, a mound on top, and that was his art, and it was, like, an exhibit that went on for, like, months and, like, millions of dollars from it or something.
No idea about your sifted sand art.
Are you going to Brion's World? Where'd you go?
No, I went down to the sand pit.
Do you think we can get sand in the sand pits?
I don't know. We're gonna try. It connected to something over there, but I don't think that's the sand pit. I think this down here will be the sand pit. God, you said something just now. I don't know what it reminded me of. I was gonna say something, but it was about your art, the sand pit.
Oh, just digging a hole, just digging a hole and sifting sand and putting it back in. Was it about sifting?
So, I don't have a diamond pick. I have a diamond shovel, so I can dig tons of sand. But I'm assuming we also need sand and stone, right?
Sandstone would be nice, yes. Because otherwise we just turn sand into sandstone.
Yeah.
Because you can just dig you can also dig the torch method on some of these areas.
The what?
The torch method. Get to some of the higher walls.
True. I thought I was running towards whatever skeleton was shooting me.
I was trying to offer cover support, but I was missing. I was missing quite a bit.
Well, yeah. What I was gonna say is I can dig the sand really fast, but I don't have a pick. But I assume we don't want to make sandstone out of the sand because there's probably better uses for the sand.
Yeah, I mean we can make sandstone out of the sand. But yeah, I can come get the. Oh my god, this pick is too fast. I hate it, and it
it's too good.
It leaves those stupid, fake blocks that you get stuck in.
All right.
Like it kind of baffles me that still to this point they can't fix that shit in this game.
Have you noticed the librarian zombie villager wears a book on his head?
No, I haven't really paid attention to the villagers.
Oh, I'll bring him over so you can see it before I kill him.
Wait, yo. Oh, I didn't even realize they stayed as a profession when they zombied.
Yeah. I don't know if they always did. I think they did that.
Well, they didn't. You remember they used to just have giant weird heads. That's how you knew they were zombie or unzombieable, I guess it would be. Did you just break your shovel already?
My pick. I had enough durability on my pick to pick up 2 pieces of sandstone, apparently.
Yeah, luckily people have already dug this out and left a lot of the sandstone because they guess they didn't want it, so it's not hard to get a decent amount of sandstone with this pick.
All I have is a stone pick.
But you just need to you should just deal with the sand, though.
Well, but what are we going to use the sand for?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think people are going to run out of sand, though. You could also just get the sand and we could make sandstone.
I guess.
I can't remember. Is it 4 to 4 or is it 4 to 1?
I thought it was 4 to 1. Let's see. Yeah, it's 4 to 1.
All right, so 4 times the work.
Yeah, seems like a waste to do that. I mean, we could probably use some sand as well. So I did gather a few stacks of sand, but it does feel like a waste of the sand to dig it and turn it into sandstone.
Yeah, we don't want to take away the sand from the desert. It'll, people will just be forever angry when the desert. They talk about global warming, but nobody talks about the sand thieves in the desert and what's happening to the sand ecosystem.
You think all sand was made from seashells? There's a creeper coming.
I didn't know that's what sand was made of. I'll be honest. That's why I'm kind of hesitating on that one because I didn't know that all sand was made from seashells in the first place. Wow,
Where'd you think the sand on the beaches comes from?
I mean, you can't I don't know. I mean, was there just so what you're saying? What was there then before there was life?
Probably volcanic rock.
And then when water came and got poured on it, before life started, you don't think there were sand-bottomed beaches or sand-bottomed?
No, sand is created from the smashing up of things like seashells. In fact, if you grab a handful of sand off the beach and put it under a microscope, you'll see that it's just tiny little pieces of shell.
Huh. Yeah, I guess I never knew that.
Huh.
So that's interesting to know. I would just assume that sand was kind of like dirt. It was just there.
And God said, "Let there be sand."
Well, how did dirt come about? What is dirt then?
Dirt's the decomposition of plant matter.
So before there was life, there was literally just... I guess my picturing of the world before there was life would be... Well, so what's Mars then?
What do you mean?
Mars isn't it a red sand planet?
I don't think it's sand.
It's not sand? Maybe they just refer to it as sand. So now, wait, what is the surface of Mars made of? Iron. Thick layers of oxidized iron, dust, and rock.
Well, there you go.
Interesting. So what about moon sand?
There's no moon sand. That's your next Google. What's the moon made of? I don't actually know what the moon's made of.
I think it's rock, right? Yeah, cheese.
But there was a time whenever bacteria didn't exist yet to eat wood. That's why we have petrified wood, because nothing could biodegrade the wood. The bacteria didn't exist yet to do it, and that's why wood turned to stone over time, because nothing could consume it. Wood didn't used to rot. Like wood doesn't just naturally rot. It rots because of other things that come in and make it rot.
I guess that's just so weird to think about because, like I said, I've always just pictured, if I were to picture the life before, before Earth, before there was life, I would still picture like dirt and water and oceans and such, just maybe not trees and, seaweed and plants and stuff like that. But I guess that's completely wrong, and I don't know if I never just learned that, or never thought about that, or yeah, that is interesting. So it's all seashells.
But see, I don't know what it is in the desert. I don't think that's. I mean, granted, the ocean used to cover, the Earth, so maybe that's the case. But I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, but if the ocean used to cover the Earth, why did deserts get so much sand? And then, is it just because maybe it's the climate's too? Oh, I guess it could be like maybe underneath all dirt is sand. Maybe we haven't dug down to the core far enough, and underneath like this layer of dirt, it'll be sand. I used to think, and I think it's because when I was a kid, like at the local playground, if you or at my elementary school, if you dug down in the sandbox far enough, you got to like a concrete pad, and I think it's probably because they put that stuff on top of a concrete pad.
Right.
I used to think that if you dug down far enough anywhere, you just got to a concrete pad because of that experience as like a child.
That's funny.
I assumed that the world was just made of a concrete pad.
Right. We started with a foundation of concrete pad, and God said, "Let there be a concrete pad."
Let there be concrete.
All right, now I got the foundation settled. Let there be life.
Right. I mean, it is really interesting to think about, like the things that we can never possibly know. It's like my son loves watching one of those, we're gonna fight for space in here. He loves watching, the hell, Miss Frizzle, Magic School Bus.
Okay.
And his favorite episode is this one about dinosaurs, where they go back and, do some things with dinosaurs and see all these dinosaurs and blah blah blah. And at the end of those episodes, they used to have the the phone time with the producer, and they were basically like people. They were there to pick apart the things of what they did in the video that wasn't necessarily realistic and why they did it that way. Like sometimes they'll show evolution in one episode, and they'll be like, but evolution doesn't happen that quick. And he's like, yeah, you're right, it doesn't. It takes millions and millions of years, but we have to show it in like a short time frame. So they try to explain some of the things that are a little bit more there. And one of the things is, well, what do the dinosaurs really sound like? You made all these dinosaur sounds, and people are like, and then he's like, well, we actually don't know what they sound like because nobody's ever heard them before. It's just the scientists' best guesses based on anatomy and this and that we've uncovered, and that's just crazy to think about because you guys just think of Jurassic Park, that's probably how most people picture dinosaurs, right?
Right.
And nobody knows if that's even accurate at all.
Man, me and my daughter listened to this book the other day called like The Rivals Throughout History. It's one of Audible gives away 2 free books a month. They're Audible originals now. Okay. And it was fantastic. It was a true story about people throughout history that were rivals. And one of in fact, the first story was about the two people that are mostly responsible for all the fossils that we have in the United States. And apparently they did not get along. They were friends in college at one point, and then because of their paleontology exploits, they became to hate each other. One of the guys wanted to keep all the fossils he ever found for himself, and he also believed that any dig site he come upon, he owned those fossils, and no one else should come to that site and dig. If you found any fossils there, they were his, sort of thing. And the other guy kind of wanted the fossils to be a thing that were owned by the government. Yeah. But the first guy, the guy that wanted everything, I don't remember his name, either one of their names anymore. The guy that wanted everything for himself, he made a mistake early on, and the other guy called him out on it. He put the wrong head on a dinosaur, or he put it on backwards. He put it on the tail end, and for a while there, that's how it was known. And then the other guy corrected it and was like, "No, you got this all backwards, you dumbass." And so they corrected it or whatever, and the other guy became ridiculed for a while because of it. Many years passed after that, and then the same guy made the same mistake with two different sets of dinosaurs, and that's how the Brontosaurus came to be. And up until the 90s, we all thought that's what a Brontosaurus was, and then someone realized that this wasn't set up right. And then finally in 2015, it got declared the Brontosaurus is not a real dinosaur at all.
So I wondered where the Brontosaurus goes away from all dinosaur discussion is not about the Brontosaurus anymore.
It's been officially declared the Brontosaurus is not a real dinosaur, and it was all because of a mistake made by that one individual.
See, that's pretty fucked up to think, right? Yeah. Is there any Brontosauruses in Jurassic Park?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because there's other dinosaurs that look like Brontosauruses but are much smaller.
Right. And yeah, there are bigger dinosaurs, but yeah, no, they put the wrong head on the wrong set of bones, and then was born the Brontosaurus, but it wasn't a real dinosaur.
So and
there's probably other mistakes like that too.
Didn't they recently
haven't even figured out?
Well, they recently, in the past 5 or so years, didn't they decide that the dinosaurs were in the bird family? Not not the lizard family that they originally thought, and there talks about the possibility of there actually being feathers and stuff on dinosaurs.
Right. Well, they've since then they've found some fossilized feathers even. So yeah, that's kind of confirmed at this point that they definitely were a part of the bird family.
So can you imagine just the going, if time travel was invented, blah, or something happens, I don't know, whatever happens, and you were able to for somehow go back and see what it was actually like for a period of time, and to compare it to what we think it's like, which I think would be mind blowing.
Oh yeah. No, we definitely have so many things probably wrong. And then you go back and you'd be like, this isn't right, but you wouldn't be able to argue with it because it's happening right now, sort of thing. I'm sure there's tons of things like that.
And that's one of those things you ever just like wonder. So I've been watching a lot of, Stargate SG-1, and they actually don't do it the way Sliders did this a lot, where you would they went to a couple planets where a couple alternate universes, and it was, the dinosaurs are still alive in this alternate universe and things like that. And Stargate SG-1 is more going along the lines of, it's more probably scientifically accurate, where they're traveling to different planets versus different, parallel universes. So it's like, the atmospheres are slightly different. Though it is breathable and could sustain human life, it's slightly different. And on this type of planet, this type of creature evolved, something that we would never even be able to have on Earth. And it's just so interesting to think of, well, what slight differences could have been made to make different types of animals that we've never heard of, never seen, but they could really exist out there, or could have existed in the past. And we just don't even have any fathom or clue that they were there. Yeah. Did you get the shulker?
You should come over here. No, it's over there, but it's full. But you should come over here. There's no stone here, so you can just go to town.
So I'm trying to get rid of. I now have a an abundance. I'm full too, but I have all that extra cobblestone I had gotten. I'm pulling at my heartstrings of, do I need cobblestone for anything, or can I get rid of these 4 stacks of cobblestone now?
I have a lot of inventory room still available.
And so I got get rid of some of that wood. There. Oh yeah, this is
in that Rivals book. There was the second story was about Adidas and Puma, and that was very interesting too. Like I never knew the history of tennis shoes to the degree that this talks about it, and how it took place in Germany, and they were forced the Adidas and Puma, like, so Adidas was started by and it's not even supposed to be pronounced Adidas. The book it told us how
Adidas, or
it was based on one of their names. It's based on the guy who created its name, but I don't remember now what the correct pronunciation was. But whenever he took over the company from his father or whatever, and they started focusing more on a certain type of shoe, specifically for soccer and all this, and they became famous because of endorsements for like the World Cup, which was a thing that didn't even happen at this day and age. Like, you know, sports endorsements just weren't a thing. And then the brother tried to expand the company even further, but the father didn't agree with it, and that's in the end eventually how Puma came to be, because the one brother ended up with the main company and the other one started Puma as a competitive company so that his ideas could be brought forward. And like,
so they were brothers.
And like there's a part where like Puma executives get like stopped at border control and get like locked up and shit like that. They were doing all kinds of shit like that to prevent them from getting to like different Olympics and stuff like that. There was a point where the Adidas company was shut down by the Nazi army to make bazookas, and the whole factory was only used for bazooka creation. And then after the war, when the Americans were trying to figure out who were Nazi sympathizers, the brothers turned on each other and both accused the other of being Nazi sympathizers, to try to get them locked up to prevent them from continuing their shoe industry.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy story. It's very interesting. It's very good, and the books are written in a way where it's still entertaining for kids. So it's definitely meant for kids, but it's very educational at the same time.
That's just
but it even goes into detail like the birth of Nike and how Nike managed to take over from both of them because they were too busy fighting like inner fighting, that they weren't paying attention to what the Japanese were doing. I am full now.
Okay, so I will stop because I am also full.
But that's what allowed like Nike to sneak in, and like Nike had the first biggest, like no one was focused on basketball basically, and so Nike had the biggest whenever they signed Michael Jordan. That was like the turning point, which allowed Nike to pass both of them. And like since then, both companies, Adidas and Puma, have been sold because of bankruptcies.
But again, it's so funny that comes down to, it's literally in any industry, it's all about who you know.
Yeah,
you get to know the right person, and all of a sudden it's over. Like you're now the front runner, and there's so much. And that's one thing I hate about a lot of industry. And I mean, you know, Twitch and YouTube are definitely big examples of this. But it's luck and who you know.
Right.
It's a big chunk of it. It's not all of it. So no, yeah, there's very, very, very talented people who've worked very hard to get to where they're at. And I'm not saying that there's not, but you know.
Like the whole Olympics sponsored by Coke and all this. This was all because of the brother that started Puma. What'd you say?
You get the Shulker box?
I did.
Okay.
But yeah, the guy that started Puma, there was no advertisements at sporting events before him. He's who brought about the whole Olympics sponsored by Coca-Cola and all this. He formed the organization that was able to license all these things and got all the licenses from all the other sporting events so that no one else could sell licensings to advertise at these events except for him. I don't know. There's a lot of crazy shit that happened in that story.
And a lot of things that turned the industry to what they are today. And I don't just mean shoes, but I mean industry in general.
Yeah, no, for real. Like a lot of that was what was so interesting about it, is a lot of things that happen now were a result of. And what's funny is in the way the story starts, for years, so they both lived in this little town and they were separated by a river. The Adidas shop was on one side of the river and the Puma shop was on the other. And for hundreds of years, or over 100 years or whatever it was, like if you were wearing Pumas and you walked into an Adidas supporting shop, you didn't get served, and vice versa. And like they talked about how like workers, like electricians and stuff, worked out the deal where like if you got called to the Puma house, the smart thing to do was to wear a pair of Adidas, and then as soon as you walked in the door, they'd freak out and be like, go downstairs and get some Pumas. And so you'd get like free shoes basically anytime you showed up for a service job, because they wouldn't allow you to wear the other brand in their house.
Wow, that is... who knew there was such a rivalry about Adidas and Puma back in the day?
Yeah, I never would have known if it wasn't for this book. But yeah, anyways, that's our story for today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll start building a pyramid next episode, I guess.
I'm not going to go over there and put the stuff down there. It's just creepers everywhere.
Yeah, we need to light up that island.
Yeah, I'm coming back to the safety of our current sleeping situation.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right, see ya.